You ever have one of those days where you're doing everything right, but deep down, you're falling apart like a paper straw in a milkshake? You wake up early, hydrate, make your bed, write in your gratitude journal, even if you don't really feel that grateful. You breathe deeply before checking your phone, which you obviously check anyway. And by 10 a.m., you're already drained. Not because you've done too much, but because you're performing productivity instead of living. You're ticking all the boxes, and still feel kind of lost. So let's talk. Not in a, here's how to fix your life in 5 easy steps kind of way. More like, sitting on the couch, hoodie on, talking to a friend who's cried in a grocery store parking lot and knows what it's like to fall apart over frozen dumplings. Because here's the truth, not all good habits are actually helping. Some are emotional vampires, draining you while you're out here trying to thrive. Let's start with the sneaky one, optimizing everything. You've got an app for meditation, an app to track your water, an app that guilt trips you for not walking 10,000 steps. You time block your day like a Tetris game. 8 a.m. Morning mindfulness. 8:30 a.m. Gratitude. 9 a.m. World domination. Look, I respect the hustle. But when every minute of your day is planned, you're not living, you're just managing your anxiety like it's a project. Ever try to relax and suddenly remember you're supposed to be doing breath work? Or journaling about your limiting beliefs? Bro, I just wanted to eat cereal and stare at the wall for 5 minutes, without feeling like I'm failing at life. That's not productivity. That's stress in yoga pants. And then there's the illusion of starting. You open your laptop. Lo-fi beats playing. You title your document. Then you open a new tab and Google, how to be more productive. You tell yourself you're preparing. Setting the mood. Finding the right system, the perfect playlist, the ideal lighting. But really, you're scared. Scared to start. Because what if you do, and it's not good? So you stay in the safe zone. Busy, but untouched by risk. I remember once I lit a candle, made tea, queued up my deep focus playlist, opened my notes app to warm up, and spent 3 hours reorganizing Dropbox folders. I renamed them. Made a folder called Productivity. Put a screenshot of a calendar in it. What was I doing? Nothing. But I looked productive. And when someone texted me, "What are you up to?" I said, "Just working." And technically, I wasn't lying. I was just lying to myself. Let's talk about hustle culture. I used to believe if I wasn't tired at the end of the day, I hadn't done enough. Like real productivity had to feel like pain. If I wasn't sacrificing sleep, peace, sanity, then I wasn't serious. But that's not growth. That's burnout in ambition's clothing. Some of us are out here treating exhaustion like a trophy. Look how hard I worked. Look how little I slept. Look how much I gave up. But if chasing your dream costs you, your health, your joy, maybe the dream needs a rewrite. Now let's meet the gremlin called perfectionism. That voice that whispers, "Don't do it unless you do it perfectly." You want to start something, a YouTube channel, a small biz, painting weird frogs for Etsy, but the moment you try, it tells you that's not good enough. So instead of pushing through, you stop. You tweak. You stall. You spend 6 hours choosing a font instead of making the thing. You're not lazy, you're scared. Scared to be imperfect. But listen, done and imperfect beats perfect and imaginary. You can't edit a blank page. You can't improve what doesn't exist. And then there's the trap of helping everyone, but yourself. You're the fixer, the go-to, the "yeah, I got it" person. Your schedule is packed. Your phone battery's dying. Your inbox is a war zone. And your own dreams? Sitting in the corner collecting dust. Ever helped 5 people in one day and then cried alone in your kitchen? That's emotional debt. And it stacks up fast. You don't get a medal for burning out in silence. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to say, not right now. Sometimes saying no to others is saying yes to yourself. Let me tell you about my friend Chris. Reads 4 books a month. Takes notes like he's prepping for a life exam. One day I asked, "So what are you doing with all that knowledge?" He said, "I'm preparing." Preparing for what? A TED Talk? A game show? Life is happening now. Information without action is just entertainment. Chris eventually realized that. He stopped studying life and started living it. Made mistakes. Got messy. But finally moved forward. Don't be Chris in chapter 1. Be Chris in chapter 12. And here's the one that stings the most. Never being satisfied. You hit a goal and go, cool. What's next? You accomplish something and feel nothing. That's not ambition. That's self-abandonment. You're running on a treadmill that speeds up every time you succeed. No wonder you're exhausted. But what if the goal isn't constant improvement? What if it's remembering you were already enough? Maybe rest isn't the enemy. Maybe peace isn't a delay. It's the destination. So now, take a breath. A real one. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're not wasting time. You are becoming. And that takes patience. It takes pauses. It takes choosing real life over the illusion of productivity. What's real? That walk you took without headphones. That laugh with a friend. That journal entry where you were brutally honest. That morning you cried and still got up. That's real. That's strength. You don't need another system. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. and drink lemon water while doing yoga in Latin. You just need to be here. With yourself. In your messy, beautiful, complicated humanity. Because you matter more than your metrics. And if all you do today is breathe, feel something, rest, you've already won. Say it with me. I'm not behind. I'm not broken. I'm not a machine. I'm a person. And I'm allowed to be enough, even when I'm not doing. Stay wise. Stay human. And if your smoothie still tastes like disappointment, throw it out. Get a croissant. You're doing better than you think.